Good morning, everybody, from Manhattan in New York City. Last night, there was actually a really bad storm that affected the entire upper east coast of the United States, and I heard that a bunch of flights were delayed and or canceled. So I'm hoping my flight today is not delayed or canceled, but it's JetBlue. And, well, they've been, I feel like, canceling a lot of flights recently, so let's hope that doesn't get canceled for today.
In my last video, I am arriving in New York on the best flight of my life, which was Singapore Airlines 777-300ER's first class. I'm here on a separate itinerary in New York so I can spend some time with my grandma before heading back home to Tampa. I am flying my favorite US airline, which is JetBlue, and I'm flying out of my favorite New York City airport, LaGuardia. And yes, it is LaGuardia. This was not the case a couple of years ago. The difference between the new LaGuardia versus the old one is night and day. I mean, our current US President Joe Biden even compared the old LaGuardia to a third world country. So after seeing this, it's a night and day difference. After filming some B-roll of this check-in area, I checked in my bags, because that's what one does in this check-in area, right? I think that's what it's for. After checking in my bags, I then went through security, which wasn't too bad of a line thankfully, and then once I cleared security, you then have to take an escalator up to get to your gates. Once you are upstairs, you have to go through this cookie cutter duty free area, which then opens up to this absolutely beautiful food court. First off, the food court has a good amount of food options. Unfortunately though, I did not have time on this particular occasion, but the water feature in the center is absolutely stunning. And this is a good example of why New York even decided to completely revamp LaGuardia in the first place. This airport was meant to create a great first impression for anyone that is new to New York or the United States, because New York is a very popular destination that people fly to for their first time in the US or making a connection. First impressions really do matter, and well, the old airport, as Joe Biden said, feels like you're in a communist third world country, so not a good impression for New York, even though New York is dirty and gross, just like the old terminal. So I don't know what they're thinking with that. Okay, all jokes aside, let's move on. The terminal also has a Centurion lounge, which I have been to before. It's nothing too special. It gets crowded at peak times, but it's a pretty nice lounge if you want to relax for a little bit. But that is definitely far from my favorite thing about this terminal. That would be these walkways that are above the gates, which give amazing views. Not only does it give great views, but it also makes taxiing more efficient, so it is a win-win situation for AvGeeks as well as the airport itself. Before you head all the way downstairs, there is also an Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge, which I've never been to, but it looks alright. Once you head all the way downstairs, you are met with large windows, greenery, and beautiful lighting and architecture. I genuinely cannot believe this is LaGuardia because it is just a night and day difference. This terminal, in my opinion, is absolutely stunning. Let's now check out my bird for today's flight. This 15-year-old Airbus A320 is taking me over to Tampa, and it is featured in this absolutely beautiful retro livery. But enough of the aircraft itself because we gotta board it. But, of course, we still have to get a view of the aircraft in the jet bridge, right? Okay, once you are entering the aircraft, you'll notice it says Fly-Fi. What the fuck is that, you may ask? It is JetBlue's onboard Wi-Fi, which is free for all passengers. I guess that makes up for the fact that you have to hear and see that really cringy marketing name, but it's also very clever at the same time. Another airline, being Etihad, has another quick-witted cheesy name for their Wi-Fi called Wi-Fly. Yeah, that's about as bad as Fly-Fi. The only difference being is that Etihad's Fly-Fi, Wi-Fly. Oh my god, I can't get the names right. Wi-Fly is not free unlike Fly-Fi. Alright, let's move on and just do a seat tour. Welcome everybody to JetBlue's Even More Space seat. As the name suggests, you get even more space than the already excellent JetBlue standard economy seat. Inside of the storage pocket in front of you, it has the safety card as well as the buy on board menu. And here's me attempting to put it away. Come on, there we go. The storage pocket itself is also very well designed with two pockets on the corners with a center pocket, which is I think really good for a bottle of water. Above that is a very standard narrow body economy tray table, which was standard. The seat itself though was quite comfortable, not as comfortable as JetBlue's older seats, but still pretty comfortable, and it has an adjustable headrest. There's also an IFE screen, but we'll get into this later. But the best thing by far are the individual air vents. As Vicarious Voyager says, this should be a human right. Okay, well, with the seat tour being finished, I hope you all enjoy this taxi and takeoff out of LaGuardia to Tampa. At this moment, my phone decided to say, "You have ran out of storage," of all times. So I quickly had to delete a ton of videos that I really didn't need anymore so I could record the takeoff footage. So I do apologize for the lack of taxi footage. And if you don't like the fact that I don't have a lot of taxi footage, then there's always that dislike and unsubscribe button, because I think that would be the best bet for you. Anyways, enjoy this takeoff. Oh, hi there, IFE System. I didn't realize that you could say hi to me. Hi. Anyways, let's talk actually about the system itself, because it's quite good. JetBlue, I'd say, is probably in the top 4 IFE systems in terms of the US airlines. Even though I'm actually not a big fan of most legacy carriers, American and United, I do like Delta though. All of their systems though are excellent, even though American decides to not install them on their narrow bodies. I don't know why, please don't ask. But let's actually get into the system on JetBlue, because for a 3-hour flight, I think the selection was pretty good. There's a good amount of TV shows and movies, and even though the selection isn't crazy diverse, because it's a domestic flight, I'm not expecting it to be like Singapore Airlines IFE system whatsoever. The touchscreen also is pretty responsive, and I got this really lackluster clip of the map system, which was decent, I guess you could say. But overall, I would give the system a solid 7.5 out of 10. Okay, JetBlue. I have fond memories of this airline because every single year my family and I would fly JetBlue from Fort Lauderdale to LaGuardia to see my grandma for Christmas every single year. And of all the airlines I flew when I was a kid, I was always disappointed if it was not JetBlue. Having that said, how was this flight? The flight overall was a great flight. I didn't unfortunately film this, but JetBlue gives you free snacks and offers unlimited snacks. This is one of the many little details I like about JetBlue, because they have little touches here and there that really does set them apart from the rest. One of them being the unlimited snacks, another one being that they offer some of the best legroom in economy, they offer free Wi-Fi, unlimited snacks, has had IFE screens on their aircraft for years, and overall I think good customer service that sets them apart from some other US airlines such as American, United, and Delta. Anyways, having that said, this crew was a good crew. Far from the best crew I've ever had on JetBlue, but a very acceptable crew and better than some of my other US airline crews in the past. So would I recommend this to everybody? I would 100% recommend JetBlue. It is a great airline. As long as they don't cancel your flight, I think they are fantastic. Alright, back in very sunny and humid Florida. It is actually really weird to be back after such a long time traveling, and for those AvGeeks that are watching this video, I unfortunately do not have any flights planned, so this will probably be one of my last airplane videos for a little bit. Hopefully I'll have some more of those coming soon, but I definitely have some more videos in the works. So if you all did stay till the end of this video, I would like to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.